Hi, my name is Victoria McNorrell. I'm applying for the spring 2024 cohort with the apprenticeship program with Develop Carolina. Project I'd like to share with you is Labor Hub, which simply was a group project I worked on during my time in boot camp. We were required to use MySQL as our backend and the model view controller paradigm for our code structure. I worked on the registration page for this product, which is an app that it takes in union members' demographic information as well as their pay, how long they've been employed, as well as their job title, and anonymously split that out in a way where everyone can see, compare notes across different unions. That being said, the registration form there were sections, especially within the demographic information in ethnicity, sexuality, race, where people might need to check more than one box. But I had an issue and a bug where either the checkbox all had to be selected or not at all for this form. And so I tried to come up with a solution where a function could check if at least one is selected so that the registration form can be submitted to the data bank, and then so we could use that later. We ended up finding a different solution, but I wanted to highlight how much I enjoyed trying to find a solution that ended up being a typo. The second project I would like to share was a personal project I began to work on a couple months ago for a peer and friend of mine at my current job. Unfortunately, he decided to go in a different direction for his side business, to go to a third-party website, which shall remain nameless. However, I was starting to build his website, and based on what he told me, I realized he needed something that could keep himself organized, as well as something he could show his clients and potential customers. So I started building on the back end using MongoDB and Atlas, as well, of course, Mongoose, to build schemas of his clients, each appointment they had, each property they had, and what services for those properties he was working on. And the purpose of that was just to have that relational data so he could easily organize himself. But I really enjoyed the logic of laying that foundational data to build a bigger website that was best for him and his business. The next application I would like to share with you is a group project that I worked on during my boot camp called OCD Tour, which is just to help people with OCD delay their compulsions so they can recenter themselves and get back to their lives. My group decided to use the MERN stack, and I worked on the front end with React. So we decided to dynamically render images based on the category of the activity card. As you can see, this was initially very convoluted, had a lot of text, there was a lot going on. There was probably about 10 different categories for each activity, and it just got to be too much. I initially set it up with an array of objects to have as an image component to later add to that activity card. So after a few days of trying to figure out how to better organize this and get back to fixing the bugs that were happening that I couldn't really see because the text was so convoluted, I decided to organize the rendering of each image based on the activity description with the switch case. I thought it would be a little bit more direct since there were so many options. As you can see, these are all images for each category, and it ended up being the perfect solution, and it got us back on track with our project to be able to turn it in on time, as well as render those images the way that they needed to be. I am so excited to see what I can bring to the apprenticeship program with Develop Carolina, and I look forward to speaking with you all soon.